the Villisca Ax Murder House in Villisca, Iowa. Most are familiar with the story. On June 10th, 1912, 8 individuals, including Josiah and Sarah Moore, their 4 children, and 2 neighbor girls, Lena and Ina Stillinger, were brutally murdered in their sleep by the blunt end of an axe. Despite a laundry list of suspects, no one was ever convicted of the crime, and today it remains Iowa's oldest cold case. This location has been investigated hundreds of times, and Apex decided to test a specific theory during our investigation. Little did we know that halfway through the investigation, that theory would be thrown out the window.
How's it going?
Hey, Donnie, how you doing? Don?
Hey,
Apex Paranormal.
Hey.
Good to have you guys here.
Hey, we're excited to come check this place out, man.
Yeah. Good luck with that. You know, it seems like it's been pretty active here lately.
We have a theory that we want to test. We figure that most teams come in here and they want to go in there and demand to know what happened, or reveal yourself to me, who did the murder, that kind of thing. So we want to stay away from that and just focus on the kids when we go in the house and try to interact. You know, it's close to the holidays, so we interact like family and see if we can get more activity that way. You think there's any credence behind it?
Absolutely. I mean, day after day, this place has teams coming to it, and everybody wants to know who did it. That's like that $1 million question. And a lot of people are like, I command you, tell me who did it. Or what? Like, what are you going to do? I mean, you're not going to do anything. And it's got to get tiring, you know, the same questions over and over.
We're pretty excited for the tour.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, we can take a
Yeah, we'll go in,
house
and I'll just lay off all history while we're in there. That way, you know, we're not falling into the same
Sure.
patterns.
That'd be great.
Okay.
All right, awesome.
Yep, here's the Ax Murder House. So, I guess this is the kitchen area. I've never really had too much happen in this room. Almost seems like this room and the parlor room are safe zones. Even if you don't believe in ghosts, I can't help but to feel it when you walk in this place. And everybody's like, oh, I'm just psyching myself out. I've been here over a decade in this house every day and I still feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real. And every tour I do, somebody brings it up. And it changes. Like, you could be in here and it feels like it does now, which is, to me, kind of uneasy. It'll probably get a lot worse.
Yeah.
And then you'll come in here, it'll be to the point where it's like, I cannot be in that house anymore. You'll go out, come in, totally different.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will do 30, 40 overnights, and it's a whole different experience each night.
time. Yeah.
It's like the house is constantly morphing and changing.
Right.
I don't like this room.
This. Ina and Lena's room. This is the room that will mess with you.
Pretty heavy feeling there.
Yeah. It's like
intense.
hard to breathe, hard to...
Yeah.
It is.
Very nauseating.
And this room's pretty good. Weird as it is, like, I can tell the mood of the place just from being in here so much every day, day after day. And today it just kind of has one of those off, like, not good feeling moods. So have fun with that tonight. Better you than me, I'll say on that one. Go upstairs where probably 90% of everything happens. And this is the most haunted spot of the entire house. So this entire upstairs is the most active, obviously. You know, you can just feel it up here. Yeah. This is what we call the parents' room. The attic is right through that doorway with the Amityville-looking windows, and then the kids' room is the only bedroom that's up here, and that is the most active by far. This is the attic, where it's presumed that the killer hid.
Untouched since those days. I mean, those are the windows he would have looked out from. And
original windows. I mean, there's been some, some repairs here and there, but this is the kids' room where Herman, Paul, Boyd, and Catherine were. Probably the most haunted place in the entire house. One really quick story. probably the creepiest thing I've ever had happen in this house. I'm over here, the overnighters had just left, and I'm making the bed. And I hear, so I thought somebody's knocking downstairs. I go down there and nobody. Come back up, I'm making the bed again, and I hear the knock again. And I'm like, at this point, I knew it was coming from the closet. And my mom like, okay, what's this going to be? And I open up the door, it's like, hello. Nothing was in there but that doll with the purple dress. And I'm not saying that doll knocked, but something knocked, and that was the only thing in there, and I was like, I'm out.
I hear
That's some
knocking
horror
with a
movie
doll
stuff.
stuck in a closet. I am out.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having us here, number one. Two, all of the information that you've given us. And some guy excited about this. I don't know about you
Yeah,
guys,
really
but this is
excited.
already shaping
Yeah.
up to be something
Our
fantastic.
first time
Yeah.
ready to tackle it. I think we're the team for it.
Definitely.
Good luck, guys. Have fun with this tonight.
Okay.
See ya. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have
Thank
fun.
you.
Good seeing you guys.
Yes. Good seeing you.
Well, guys, we just had a great tour from Johnny, and
Yep.
I'm ready to go grab our gear and get set up. And as always, let's get it.
Once we got our cameras set up in place throughout the house, we began our investigation by introducing ourselves to the spirits in the house and splitting up to conduct quiet time. Elijah went to the attic, Shannon to the children's room, Ed to Ina and Lena's room, and Sean monitored from Nerve Center. Throughout dead time, nothing happened and the house remained quiet until about 20 minutes in and Sean noticed I started to act funny.
I did my dead time at Nerve Center, and Elijah's the only one I could see on camera. So I was watching Elijah, and he just gradually was getting, like, it was almost like you had a weight on your shoulders, and it was weighing you, like you were slumping and slumping and slumping and slumping. And you looked like you were almost about to fall over, like fall out of the chair. That's why I said something.
We're just sitting there thinking, man, nothing's happening, nothing's going on. This is, I don't know how to describe it. It just didn't feel right. I just felt drained, felt sick. I got nauseous. My head started hurting bad. My neck's, just my whole head and neck started feeling heavy. I don't know, Sean maybe noticed, and I don't know. I just felt, it just didn't feel right. Shannon, did you get anything?
I did, actually. I was sitting on the bed closest to the window, and probably shortly after we started dead time, my heart started racing, and it just felt like my face was on fire. Like, it was just burning, and it was so uncomfortable. Didn't know if maybe it was my anxiety getting to me, or if it was something else that was getting to me, so.
Got very little downstairs. I saw maybe flashes of light real quick around the bed area. I got really nothing. I felt okay downstairs the entire time. I felt like okay, this is an average dead time. I'm not hearing anything, nothing's going on. Just totally neutral in that room.
I think I'm ready to take a nerve center break. Do we want to what do you guys think about sending 2 people up into the attic?
Attic and upstairs seem to be the thing.
My name is Sean, and I'm in your home. Thank you for allowing me to be in your home. I have my friend Shannon with me, and also our friend Ed is here. And we just want to document any evidence that someone still lives in this house. Whoever's up here, what is your name? What part of the house are we in right now? There's slight voices. I think it's coming from outside.
Sean and Shannon continued to ask questions in the attic for the next 20 minutes, capturing this one faint voice.
I keep
Arthur. Arthur. Arthur.
Experiencing no other activity in the attic, Sean and Shannon head into the second floor children's room.
We are now in one of the kids' bedrooms. Whose room is this? Do you mind if I sit on the bed?
We were really hoping to talk with you guys tonight.
Did you just move in your chair, Ed?
No.
This bed feels like it's shaking. Are you moving your leg?
No, I heard a tapping
I might have caught that on here. I heard it too.
right after you said something. There was a tap.
Are those your dolls sitting right there in the crib?
Once again, Ed and Shannon continued to ask questions in the second floor children's room for about 20 to 30 minutes. They experienced minimal activity and only captured the small interaction.
I'll do it one more time. I think you can do it. Can you do this? I'll do it one more time. I think you can do it. Can you do this? I don't think these are. I don't know. I don't think there's a kids in here.
You don't think there is?
Why is that, Sean? You're not feeling?
I don't think they're kids. It's not. I don't know how to explain it. I don't think they're kids. Like it's like.
Think it's something else
I
posing?
get the sensation that something is trying to come off as a kid.
Okay.
It doesn't feel so heavy up here anymore.
It doesn't. I don't know
I'm
what.
noticing.
I don't know what changed, but a lot changed since our walkthrough. I mean, I don't feel a heaviness. I don't feel a queasiness. I don't feel anything.
Almost feels comfortable.
Yeah.
In here, yeah. Do you think maybe it might have something to do with Johnny?
Maybe.
I wondered that too. Yeah, it's like it knows him so well, or kind of like something was following us around during the tour. So it seemed like to me.
Well, guys, do you want to stay here? What do you want to do?
We can always go back to Nerve and
Reconvene and
Yeah.
think up something?
Go from there.
So it sounds like Sean and Shannon had a fairly eventful session. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in the downstairs where they felt like the energy really shifted quite a bit. And we're going to bust out a new toy. So we decided to build our own, kind of do your own geobox or portal. So we're going to start with that and start down here and see what happens. Okay guys, we're going to try this new toy down here. This is a way for us to talk to each other and we can hear you and you'll be able to hear yourself. So can you come down here and say hi to us? Are there any members of the Moore family down here? It's okay, kids. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to ask you silly questions.
What?
Did that just say something about pork?
Hey, stop. Hold on. You guys hear that?
What?
Something's behind me.
What? What did you hear? It said something like, stop it, quit.
It sounded like quit and court.
It was right when that voice happened. Somebody, like I heard. It's like somebody was like shuffling behind me.
Was that Sarah Moore? It just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
I don't know what it said, but that freaked me out.
That's pretty. Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, we're not getting any radio interference at all.
Right.
When something comes through, it's coming through like forcibly.
Right.
We can talk about anything you want to talk about. Nathan.
Are you guys moving around?
Uh,
I don't know why I asked you that because I can see you.
where are you
Are
hearing movement?
you freaking out?
Yeah, where are you hearing movement?
All around me.
We don't want to hurt you. We just want to talk and have fun together.
Said help. Shit, man, it's uncomfortable over
You're
here.
hearing it from behind you?
Yeah, it's uncomfortable over
Okay,
here.
let's go that way. That's where we're getting it. Let's
God.
walking around the kitchen. So let me ask again, are we welcome guests? Or do you prefer that we leave?
You okay, Shannon?
No. It seemed like something just rushed up real quickly.
So, do you enjoy having visitors here? Thank you. Is it hard to communicate with this box? What?
Please?
That's it, please or sweet?
Please.
Please?
Please what? Knows we're up here. Are you here with us? Whose room are we in?
That's
It's almost Christmas time. Would you like to sing Christmas carols together?
Like said sure.
That's what I heard, sure. Good Lord, that's a full-on sentence.
You know, I would probably say 80s. Whoa.
oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, I've not yet to hear any children in here.
That's what I'm saying.
So where are the kids?
Right? If you ask me, it's
That's what he was wondering.
if you ask me, it's not.
I came here to talk to the kids. Are you still there? So I'm sorry I asked and I didn't hear an answer. Can you say one of our
The same thing it said before you turned it off.
What did it say?
I don't know.
We're gonna head out here in a minute. Is there anything you'd like to say to us before we go? About all the visitors that come. Sound like I can't handle it. Did you hear that too? We continued to ask questions for another 20 minutes and received no responses. For a little bit. In our next session, we come in and just hang out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Ed are going in. We're gonna shake things up a little bit, go in and just talk normally.
Yeah.
Normal conversation. See what happens. See if we can stir anything up. We think Ed.
Been a technique we've used at other places, and it's given us good results. I think it has to do with just about being calm in the place. So we're gonna try that.
Ooh, it's colder.
Every time.
Look.
Balls on the floor.
What?
Balls on the floor.
That ball was in the chair all night.
Yes.
No.
No,
It has been in the chair all night.
It has been in the chair all night. I'm freaking out because
Holy
I
shit.
sat it there. The last time I left this house, I checked that, and it was.
It was on the chair when we left.
Yes.
When Shannon.
Why did we should have put a fucking camera?
Dude, I'm freaking out.
That was in the chair. I swear it was in the chair.
The other thing that could have happened.
Cause see, you shake. See, look.
Yeah, it shakes. It could
It
have
shakes
shook.
pretty easy.
It could have shook off the chair, you know.
Like all this traffic back and forth could have gradually.
You guys coming down the stairs could gradually.
Well,
knock
let's
it
let's experiment after she
Yeah,
comes
we
in.
gotta-
closer to the
We
edge.
gotta try to debunk that, cause that's pretty remarkable.
Did you guys
Tell us
do
what you
that?
noticed.
Didn't move it. Walked in, that's where we're sitting at.
But that was in the chair.
Right.
Walked in, that's where we're sitting at.
The team tried several ways to debunk this happening, but were unable to figure out what could have caused it.
Nice activity here, though.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that what Johnny said?
Yeah.
I'm so mad that we did not catch that on video.
That would have been pretty crazy. Oh, sorry, I got to turn my recorder on.
I forgot to do. Market Recorder, Apex of Villisca, we are doing...
Yeah.
Meter.
Market Recorder, Apex of Villisca, we are doing...
Yeah.
Meter.
Market Recorder, Apex of Villisca, we are doing...
We're doing a recording session in the parents' room, kind of a chit-chat fashion. Setting recorder down. Going dark. Setting recorder down. Going dark. Setting recorder down. Going dark. You gonna sit on the bed?
I think beds are soft. The kids stuck here. You know. But then I go back to people brought so much stuff in here. Seances and shit like that. Ouija boards. You know, it's like people we know, I mean, I think we know that all that stuff going on, I mean, that things will try to deceive you. I mean, deception is the key.
When I was in the barn, there was, you know, all the cards that are on the wall. There's a drawer full of cards, and then all of these I was looking at them from 2014. How many paranormal teams and people came, and one of the references is about using a Ouija board.
And we know what that opens a gateway to anything. So I mean, this would be a perfect ruse to, based on history of this place, to come in and say, "Oh, we're kids." You know.
And then you have all the sadness of what happened, and you're open to the tragedy. You know what I mean? You're open to that.
I think whatever is in here plays on people's ignorance that thinks that these innocent kids are still here. And that's what I think. I think it's, you know, it thinks that we're stupid and thinks that, you know, it can get over on us, but
So
it is a carefrontation.
Excellent work.
Take notes. Take notes and I'll grade your paper.
It's a lot of questions.
What? Whoa.
Non-conformal. It's a lot of questions.
What? Whoa.
Non-conformal. It's a lot of questions.
What? Whoa.
Non-conformal.
Following Sean's carefrontation, the boys decided to head back down to the first floor parlor room to continue their session. They began getting random K2 hits and decided to attempt an experiment, saying the words that alleged killer Reverend George Kelly reportedly heard, leading to him committing the murders. When they began this experiment, Elijah began to be affected with unknown emotions.
Should we do an experiment? Have Shannon radio us? See what happens.
Yeah, you want to try that? See if we get any reaction.
The children to come on to me.
I feel very angry about this.
Utterly.
Elijah.
It's taken a lot of willpower for me to not yell at you guys right now. Like, I genuinely feel very angry at you. Yeah, I don't want you to say those words. Before she started, and then after she said the first phrase, K2 just went off.
It did.
Last one, I almost stopped you. I had to keep my mouth shut. I don't know. Really pissing me off by doing that.
I can get out of the house.
Do it right now.
Me?
Yeah.
Keep looking.
I'm just looking away from you. I'm telling you, it's weird, man. You guys are pissing me the fuck off. And when you said, "What do you want us to do?" the thought in my head to say to you was to fuck off. I don't know. I don't know, man, if this thing's singling me out or whatever, but when you said that, I felt like saying yes, but just you two.
Do what?
You two leave.
And leave you here by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This has been known to elicit angry feelings.
Picking up on something's emotions.
Yeah.
Like I personally don't feel anger at you guys, but I feel anger at you guys.
Yeah. I hear what
Isn't like that I know what's going on.
Right. I agree with that. Did you just move?
Me?
I felt that.
Hey guys, are you still in the house?
Yeah.
What'd you feel?
I didn't. I thought I saw something.
Yeah, you want us to come back?
No, you're fine, but I'm getting some weird stuff going on in the barn.
I bet.
Come on, buddy.
Well, tell us what was going on here. We had some things happen inside at the same time. Go ahead. What
So
you felt.
after I, said whatever it was over the walkie, it probably was, maybe 15, 20 minutes later, I'm sitting here and I'm hearing the door being fidgeted with. I'm hearing what sounded like walking around this area and upstairs. Then I started feeling the floor shaking.
The group headed back into the house for one final session. We caught no EVPs and no responses from the geobox. However, we caught a ball move. The ball sat on the floor for about 30 minutes with no movement until, on Shannon's prompting, it moves several inches to the right and then rolls back to the left.
I really just want this ball to move.
It did.
What?
It's moving right now.
It did.
I really just want this ball to move.
It did.
What?
It's moving right now.
It did.
We went into this investigation to test the theory that not talking about the murders in the house would elicit more activity from the mom, dad, and the children. By the end of the investigation, we came to the realization that the family is not in the house. We believe what resides there is something more malevolent, perhaps brought on by those that come to investigate.
Fantastic.